EPA rules on water pollution have without question a very negative impact on planning permissions, not alone, might I say, in County Leitrim, but in my own county of Roscommon and other counties in that region. It's also having a negative effect on a number of Midland counties, might I say. This bill, and I want to compliment Deputy Kenny for bringing it forward, because it actually is quite a positive piece of legislation. We can get it through, and I want to acknowledge that his councillors are here with him as well, and the planner that's involved, Mr McDevitt. It could actually reverse a situation that is now causing quite, I would say, a lot of depopulation in parts of my region and parts of Leitrim. And that depopulation, it's affecting the local schools, it's affecting the athletic clubs, it's affecting the GA clubs. It's really, having a really bad knock-on effect. And there's a lot of money spent by couples or individuals on seeking to get planning and then to turn down. It's a very expensive process. And often you find people who are turned down can't afford to go back in again and seek permission, and that should be taken into account. And I'd also say to you, Minister, these really aren't extra houses. It's the next generation that are moving in. The old homestead is there. It's maybe nobody living in it. It's dilapidated. It's not a house you can do up. And a lot of these people who are now being refused planning, all they're actually doing is trying to put down their roots on what was the family farm. And there will be large areas, very large areas, of the west of Ireland in particular, left without anybody living in them if this policy isn't changed. And I know Minister Murphy did, in his address to us here, say that the bill, that some of the provisions contained therein may be unnecessary, as local authorities are not currently precluded by law from granting discharge licences to surface discharge. But I would challenge that statement, because really it's all down to the interpretation of those laws. And in reality, there's very little chance of that applying to single houses. It might be to 5 or 6 or 7 units or whatever, but it won't work in terms of a single rural house. So again, I want to compliment very much the move here of Deputy Kenny, and I'm glad with my party members to be able to support this bill. And I would ask that you would seriously consider withdrawing the amendment that you are proposing. This matter cannot be held up. This is a matter of time. We should not be discussing this in 12 and 18 months' time. In a few short months, we should have moved this through the stages so that it can become law, and allow some of those people who have been refused planning to reapply and hopefully be able to get discharge licence and put down their roots, as I said, where they want to put them down, in rural Ireland. And we can't depopulate the whole area. And what's happening in Roscommon, what's happening in Leitrim, what's happening in Galway is we have all this forestry coming up, and we're driving people out of the area. So we need to, we need to rebalance all of this. And I think what Deputy Kenny has brought forward here is a way of doing that. And as I said, there's widespread support for this within the House. Thank you very much.